What's up, guys? You know who it is. Marcus J. Jackson with another Live Life episode for you. Number 56. You are one decision away. You are one decision away from taking back your life. All right? This month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. All right? So keep in mind that it's always a good time to check in on our loved ones. It could just be something as simple as a phone call, just to check in, let them know that you're thinking about them, you know, have a conversation with them. You never know how that may help someone, okay? Just have a conversation with them. Hey, just letting you know I was thinking about you. You know, I was encouraged to give you a buzz because you never know. You never know that phone call, that instant that they pick up the phone, you could be literally saving their life. Okay. So Suicide Awareness Month was last month, the month of September. So definitely check on family members. Okay. You know, if you know for a fact that they're going through rough times, tough times, and domestic violence and or suicide is something that they're contemplating or struggling with, or you see the signs, hey, that's what you want to do. You want to check on them, okay? Every night I make myself available from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning, and I will gladly talk to you. I don't have a problem with that. I will talk to you as long as I possibly can. And hold on one second. I'm trying to find my resources for this special occasion. But anyway, feel free to give me a call at 469-626-7486. You can call me pretty much anytime. If I do not pick up the phone, I am probably with a customer or with a client. Here we go. For some reason, oh, there it is. So leave me a message. Feel free to leave me a message or shoot me a text message. Those work as well. I answer my text messages. I also answer my inboxes. I also return my phone calls. So please feel free, if you need to reach out to me, please do so. You know, I would gladly, you know, talk to you, you know, like I said, for as long as I possibly can. I'm willing to sacrifice some hours of sleep if, you know, that means, you know, you staying on this side of life with us, or if this gives you the strength that you need to push on with making whatever decision that you can make to help you become the strongest version of yourself. Because the whole purpose of Live Life is to, first of all, expand your consciousness, okay? Because the more you are aware of what's going on around you and what's going on within you, the more stronger you can become, okay? That's how you become the strongest version of yourself, which is the second thing that I do. I help people become the strongest version of themselves, teaching them about themselves and the power the power that they possess within themselves, okay? So that's definitely something that, you know, I've always wanted to do. So, hey, I started doing it. So it starts with you guys, all right? So let's live life. Let's focus tonight on the one decision, all right? You are one decision away, right, from taking back your life, all right? A lot of times we make it more difficult than it has to be because we are looking for some great epiphany to hit, or we're looking for something to happen outside of us. We're looking for an outside entity to take over our lives and or save us from all of our troubles and heartache and so on and so forth. But in reality, that's not what happens. The reality of it, the illusion of that presents a reality that we can no longer ignore, okay? Because there is nothing that is capable of harming you or affecting you that it exists outside of you. Now, internally are the things that are going to help you become the strongest version of yourself, okay? Because the only person that can give you strength is you. The only person that can seek higher knowledge is you. The only person that can seek after truth or a higher consciousness is you, right? Truth can't be given to you, right? Truth has to be a realization. Like it had that epiphany has to hit at some point, and you say, well, you know what? Wow, he's right. I am literally a decision away from taking back my life. You know, I'm a decision away from becoming the strongest version of myself. And you know, I got my tea rocking. I got my broken Buddha cup. I'm keeping my cup, man. I don't care what y'all say. Representing. I'm keeping that cup, man. This is my favorite cup. Oh, golly. My favorite cup just got destroyed. Handle fell off. Make sure you have your tea and or beverage of choice with you tonight, because you know I always got my tea or hot chocolate, if you will. It was cold, so I got me some hot chocolate today. All right. Oh, so good. Sorry for slurping, but it's good. I'm sorry. Can't help it. Okay. So first, let's jump into it. I'm just going to jump into it. Rewriting your story. All right. Rewriting your story is you realizing that you can never fear starting over. Okay? Because when you start over, you can wipe the slate clean. Wipe the slate clean. Oh my goodness. Because it gives you the ability to redo. You can do an entire do-over. But when we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people and comparing ourselves to things that aren't real, right? That present a false sense of reality. We compare ourselves to that and we become discouraged, and we can't move past just the mere belief, right? Because it takes more than just to believe in something, right? If you believe in something, you have to take the action and follow it up by doing. So there's a doing, and in so doing, you enter into the being. Okay, so understanding that when you have these tough times in life, these battles with suicide and these battles with domestic violence, right? Your actual truth begins to reflect your reality. So your truth is your truth. Your truth is the truth. Okay? So understanding that helps you rewrite your story. So now that you understand that, okay, whatever I perceive, right? Because scientifically, we understand that the studies have been shown that your mind and your brain can only reflect the energy that has been put out. So the truth that you hold in your mind, i.e. the belief that you hold in your mind, reflects outward in your reality. So whatever you believe your truth to be on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis, right, is literally the reflection of what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's your truth, right? So your truth, like I said earlier, is something that you have to realize, right? So prior to you understanding the truth about yourself and the truth about your reality, right, you're kind of just walking in this ignorance ignorance is bliss kind of thing, right? Until the epiphany hits this, that says, oh, well, you run across something like this, a video saying, hey, you know, you can rewrite your own story. You know, I don't have to be afraid to start over. I can actually form and shape my own reality based on what I believe is true, based on what I can do for myself. Okay. But if you never come to that realization, then you're going to continuously be in that consistent space of like I call the goofy loop of being in that ignorance is bliss stage. Okay. So I would invite you to, number one, realize that everybody starts over and everybody had to start from somewhere. So if you're in a domestic violence situation, what? That's weird. Reload site changes you made may not be saved. Cancel. That's weird. Okay. I think my internet is tripping because of the storm. Oh, are you serious? Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, so anyway, the changes. Okay, so you know this thing keeps popping up and it's throwing me off. But there we go. Took me out. So anyway, or not. Give me 1 second. Let me reset my camera again. All right, so all right. Okay, back in action. For some strange reason, it's because of the rain. And plus, I kind of live out in the country / city. So it's very, internet action can be very hit or miss out here. So definitely keep that in mind. So real quick, let me give the domestic violence hotline. It's 1-800-799-7233. Please reach out to them if you are in danger and you need help immediately. You know, and or call 911 if you're in danger and you need help right now. Call 911. All right. But if you need to talk to someone, the experts are at 1-800-799-7233 at the domestic violence hotline. Okay. They also have a website you can reach out to at www.thehotline.org. The link is also in the comments. All right. So please feel free to use that information and those resources. That's what they're there for. If you'd like to talk to me, please reach out to me at 469-626-7486. All right. Had a little bit of technical difficulty. It's raining where I am in Texas, and the internet is going in and out. So that's why I got knocked off a few seconds ago. So anyway, let's pick back up. We were talking about the realization that you can rewrite your own story. You can rewrite your story. Therefore, never fear of, never be afraid of starting over, right? Because everyone at some point in time had to start and or start over. Okay, it doesn't matter what level of consciousness you're at, what level of success, whether it's financial, relationship wise, whatever it is, at some point you had to start and or start over. All right. So don't feel bad. Don't fall into that, that discouragement of watching everybody pass you by, or watching everybody have things that you once had. It's tough. I'm not going to say that it's something easy to do. It is tough watching your peers surpass you. It is tough watching them get promoted, or watching them move on, get married, have children, have a wonderful life, and you just came out of a domestic violence situation, or you just came out of a suicidal situation, right? It is when we compare ourselves to that, which is number two, you have to stop comparing yourself to people, because their reality is completely different from your reality, right? And that's the illusion that we have to get through. Once we realize that the onset or the superficial side of things is simply an illusion, all right? And the reality lies in what's true to you. What is your truth? What is it that you go through on a daily basis, and how you overcome it, and how you get through these tough times, okay? So going beyond the complaining, going beyond the disappointments, and going beyond the discouragement, okay, lies the true you, the true you that has the power to rewrite their story, to rewrite your life. So at no point do you ever count yourself out, right? At no point do you ever say, I'm done, I quit, I'm not going to make it. Okay, a child, if you watch all these children, and they start to walk, a child never stops trying to walk. Okay, he never stops trying to walk. He will fall head first. He will fall back. He'll fall forwards. He'll fall backwards. He'll fall on the side. He'll lean on the table, lean on the wall, and slide down the wall, fall on his butt over and over and over again. But the baby never says, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to stop and give up walking. I'll just crawl around for the rest of my life. Okay, the baby never says that. The baby eventually reaches a point to where he learns how to walk. He learns how to balance his body and shift his weight and use his feet and toes for balance in order to propel his body forward or backward or side to side, so he can produce movement. Okay, so if the baby can do it, okay, I know that we are capable of doing this. All right, I know that sounds very, very elementary, but a lot of times elementary, the simplicity is what we need. I can get into a lot of different types of consciousness and all this kind of good stuff, but simplicity is what we're lacking sometimes. And if we just keep things simple and we understand what our reality is, right? We understand that pursuing expectations of others is an illusion. When we begin to realize that, then we come out of this quote unquote matrix that we're trapped in, where we're constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? If the Joneses have Gucci, we got to have Gucci. If the Joneses have Prada, we got to have Prada. If the Joneses have Coach, we got to have Coach. If the Joneses have Jordans, we got to have Jordans. If the Joneses have a Mercedes, we got to have a Mercedes, right? And the loop never breaks. It just continues and continues. And then your children grow up and they're the same way. Well, mama had Gucci, so I got to have Gucci. Mama had Louis Vuitton, so I got to have Louis Vuitton. And then the same thing. Well, grandmother had Louis Vuitton, so I got to have Louis Vuitton. My mama had Louis Vuitton, so I mean, you know, not to say that having things are bad per se, but when you're doing it and it's not you, when you're doing it because you're trying to uphold a status, you're trying to uphold an illusion of something that is not there or something that is not real, okay, that keeps you from rewriting your own story. It keeps you in a state of arrested development because you can no longer move forward because of continuously being discouraged because you cannot live up to someone else's expectations, or you have been living up to someone else's expectations, therefore producing your representative, you know, for the past 3 to 5 years, the representative that's been sitting there allowing yourself to be abused in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? Now, the real you has come out and the real you is fed up and the real you is ready to rewrite their story, right? And it no longer is feasible for the abuser, right? They no longer have any use for you because they cannot usurp force on you to control you anymore. So now that your true self, is starting to shine, it's starting to come out, then, you know, you're no longer needed. You can no longer be oppressed. So therefore, there's no need for you. So now it's time for you to move on, right? So this is where you come to the epiphany that, oh, this really was an illusion. This really was a false sense of reality, okay? And that was not my life. I can rewrite my own story, and that's what I am going to do. You just simply have to make the decision. Okay, guys, that is basically it. You just have to make the decision. You can no longer wait because you only get one shot at this life, right? Until you move on into the next. So in this life, learn everything that you signed up to learn. All right. And I guarantee you, you didn't come here to not learn anything. You didn't sign up for life and say, hey, I want to inhabit life in the body. I want to experience life in a body to not learn anything. I promise you that's not what you said. I promise you that's not what you said. I wasn't there when you signed up to come into the body. But I guarantee you that's not what you said, because every experience that we go through is for the purposes of learning, okay? And learning is how we expand our consciousness. Learning is how we become enlightened. Learning is how we take it to the next dimension, and we shift into different paradigms, and we shift into different dimensions, and our consciousness shifts along with our awareness. And our physical experiences allow this to happen. So without the body, right, without those memories to hold on to and use for lessons learned, right, without that, we would be in a state of arrested development and we would no longer serve a purpose in this life. You know, therefore you will stop learning, and the day that you stop learning is the day that you die. Okay. So I just want you to sit with that for just a second and just let it marinate. Because there's never a time where learning ceases. So knowing that you can create a different reality than the one that you have, simply because now you understand that the experience isn't so much a bad experience. It's an experience that I needed to learn something from. So you shift your mindset into, what do I need to learn from this experience? As opposed to, I can't believe this happened to me, right? So you shift by shifting, what do I need to learn? You shift into the thought process of, okay, So I did this, I did that. So therefore I need to rethink and figure out what it is I needed to learn from this particular situation. How can I benefit from that? What was the lesson that I needed to learn from that? So when you shift into that thought process, things are no longer happening to you, they're happening for you. All right. And that's where we begin to shift from a reactionary state to a state where we begin to respond based on our experiences, based on the memories of data that we've collected over and over, going through these quote unquote mistakes, or going through these accidents, or going through these misjudgments or mishaps, the things that we go through as far as, you know, the DUIs, the drinking, the experimentation with drugs, and, you know, the domestic violence, the suicide, and having a story and living to be able to tell about it, right? That is the whole purpose, right? That's the whole reason for experiencing life in the body, so that you can learn from the experiences from having life in the body. You know, when you begin to understand how it's all interconnected, and you begin to understand that you are a part of everything that exists, right? Then, like I said in the video before, you are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you, right? You're the drop in the ocean, and you're also the ocean in the drop. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Did you see that mind explosion I just experienced right there? I know you just experienced a mind explosion, so you can share. You can tell me if your mind exploded. All right. So definitely, you know, that's what I wanted to leave you with, guys. And I want you also to understand that it has been scientifically proven that perception is reality. So therefore, you have the ability to break through the illusion of this false sense of reality that you have, and you can rewrite your story at any time, right? When you begin to do that, you'll begin to see things in a very, very different light, and your truth becomes the truth. Okay, your truth becomes the reality that you live by, as opposed to your representative being present and living life according to what everybody else expects of you. Okay, so never be afraid to start over, right? Take back your life, rewrite your story. All right, take back your life, rewrite your story. All right, it's a decision away, right? You're one decision away from doing it, and the only thing you got to do is make it. You make the decision to take back your life and rewrite your story. That is, you make the decision. You decide what your truth is. You decide to live in your reality, right? And you no longer compare yourself to other people, right? You are only concerned with the progress and the things that you're focused on, not on the Joneses, not keeping up with the Joneses, okay? Because keeping up with the Joneses and or trying to uphold an illusion with our representative is what got us in this place to begin with, okay? So let's continue to focus on our mindfulness. Let's focus on responding as opposed to reacting, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be available until 2 a.m. tonight. So if you want to give me a call, please do. If you want to shoot me an email, my email is marcusjjackson@hotmail.com. marcusjjackson@hotmail.com. You can call me at 469-626-7486. I am available anytime. You can give me a buzz on that number anytime. If I do not answer, please leave me a message or shoot me a text message. I will get back with you. Other than that, man, you guys continue to live life to the fullest. Y'all take it easy and try not to do too much. Peace.